Hi everyone. The today topic is deposit transaction type. What is deposit transaction type in AR and how to apply deposit on AR transaction? So the first thing that why we need to create a deposit. Okay, the deposit is just like a advance money you have received from the customer. Okay, this is similar if you see this is a similar concept of like AP prepayment. Okay, where you receive the prepayment first as a mean you are paying to supplier as an advance. Okay, so here in AR you are receiving advance money from the customer. Okay, so then later once you deliver the item and you will give the service, once you will raise the invoice, then you will apply this deposit on the transaction to knock off. Okay, so what are the steps we have to follow? So first we have to what are the things required for deposit? Okay, so I will just mention you what are the things required for deposit transaction type. Okay, so the first thing what you have to do, you have to create deposit transaction type. Second, assign document sequencing sequencing to the transaction type. So you have to assign the document sequence to transaction type. Okay, once you define transaction type. Okay, now third one, create a deposit transaction for create a receipt create a receipt for deposit transaction type with create a standard transaction type standard standard transaction create receipt for deposit transaction and create a standard transaction. Okay. 6, apply deposit to transaction, close the deposit. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, you got the concept. Okay, suppose I did agreement with customer that I will receive the 10 laptop. I mean the customer will receive the 10 laptops from me. Okay, and I will deliver 10 laptops to customer. So suppose one laptop is $1,000, so it means the total is $10,000. Okay, so what will happen? The customer is paying immediately $5,000 as advance. Okay, so this is your advance. It means we agreed. Okay, so it means I will also like have an advance, so it means I can start the process to deliver the laptop. Okay, so first I will create the transaction immediately. Okay, for 5,000. Okay, so let's start to create a first transaction type. So I'm in the receiver responsibility setup for transaction and transaction type ABC deposit transaction, ABC deposit. Okay, and class I will choose deposit transaction type, and transaction status open, and invoice type, which invoice you want to link for this one. I'm saying I will link invoices this invoice. Okay, so what will happen, the deposit transaction only will apply for this invoice type. You cannot apply with other invoice type. Okay, start it, and I will give the description, printing option, print terms. In case of deposit, the terms is always immediate. Okay, so this is the allocation with lines only, line text and freight. Okay, so I will select lines only, and the receivable account, I will give the receivable account. I have, okay, this is receivable account for offset offset. I have to give deposit account here, because offset is just like clearing account, customer deposit. Okay, so I will save this transaction. So I save the transaction type. Now I will go to system administrator responsibility to assign in the document sequencing. Document sequencing assignment. Okay, receivable category ABC deposit, ledger vision USA, null 51. Document sequencing I can give like received transaction, whatever. Let me check from LOB. I think started I have to give 1990. Yes, I can. Manual invoice. Okay, I select manual invoice and save it. Now let's go back to receivable responsibility. Okay, so I will create transaction first with the deposit type. So class deposit. Now you can see whatever deposit type is defined. So my deposit type is ABC deposit, which I have created recently. Customer 2636. Okay, so I will go on distribution. Okay, commitment. First you have to give the effective date. Say for example I'm giving amount, say 5,000. Now you'll go to distribution. So you can see the account is picked from the transaction type. Okay, receivable and revenue, which is the customer deposit account. Complete. The transaction is completed. Copy the transaction number. Okay, so now the transaction is completed. So same time, we will also check the accounting. Let's go to accounting, create accounting. Okay, so running the final accounting portion. So what will the accounting first for deposit? So let's create here accounting parts, deposit, debit, and credit. Transaction. Okay, this account is for deposit transaction. Okay, so what will happen? The receivable account will be debit with $5,000 and revenue account will be created with 5. Okay, so this revenue is it's customer advance, not actual revenue. Okay, this is not our actual revenue, right? This is still our asset because we have just received the amount as advance. We didn't give any service yet. Okay, okay, so this should be the accounting for the deposit transaction. Let's check. Account is completed. View accounting. Okay, so you can see the receivable account is 5,000 debit and accrual, which is the customer deposit. It's credit. Okay, so the accounting class will be accrual. Okay, okay, so this is our accounting. So now close this window, go to receipt, create a receipt because you have received advance immediately. So same time you means you have to create the receipt also. Receipt number 1002 5,000 apply. What is the transaction number? Okay, this is our deposit transaction number. And control save. Now the transaction is applied on the receipt, and you can see the applied amount is 5,000. Okay, so we will also check the accounting of receipt. We accounting. Accounting will be receipt accounting, cash account 5,000 debit, and receivable account. This account is credit with 5,000. Okay, so if you see now, this receivable and this receiver. Okay, this is knockoff. So final account is cash account to revenue account. Okay, so this receiver is knockoff. Now let's go to create a standard transaction. So we will use the transaction type which we have linked on deposit transaction type. Okay, so otherwise we will not able to find and apply the deposit on the transaction types. Okay, so we have linked this transaction type. So I will select now customer and amount is 10,000. Quantity is 10, 1,000. Because the agreement have one is for 10 laptops. Okay, so each laptop cost is 1,000 per laptop, 1,000 USD. So distributions, so it will be all defaulted. Okay. Okay, so you can give the distribution account, okay, based on your line item. I will complete. This is a transaction number for invoice. Okay, so now I will run the create account for this one. Transaction type, transaction accounting. So receivable to revenue, but not customer advance revenue. This is your actual revenue. 10,000, 10,000 credit. Okay, let's check. Okay, so you can see the receivable 10,000 debit and the revenue 10,000 credit. So now we will apply the transaction, mean deposit transaction on the standard transaction. So now I am on the standard transaction, okay, which I have created. Okay, so this is not a deposit transaction type. So what I will do, I will go to action, apply deposit. So select your transaction number. What is the deposit transaction number, which is 879. See the transaction number automatically created. Okay, so I will just change the date. Let me change the date to 15. Okay, 31st December 15, because my GEL period is open only for 15 to 15. Okay, I applied and I will save it. Okay, so one record applied and saved. and you can see the status 5000 is applied. So to reflect correct, I will requery the transaction. So now you can see the 5000 is remaining amount. Okay, so 5000 is applied through the deposit. So now I have to receive only 5000 USD from the customer because 5000 he is already paid as advance. Okay, so my invoice was my invoice is 10,000, 5,000 he already paid through advance, so remaining is 5,000. So I have to receive this 5,000. Let's check the accounting for this one also. Okay, so I have to run the accounting for deposit transaction type. Where is deposit? No account will be created for this transaction. Okay, so I will do the receiving of this $5,000. Okay, so actually I don't know okay why our system is showing this error. Okay, because once you applied the a transaction of 5,000, okay, which is deposit on the transaction, okay, so it means your receivable will reduce. Okay, the accounting will be for the transaction transaction after applying the deposit. Okay, the revenue account advance. This account will be debited 5,000 and this the receivable account will be credited with the 5,000. Okay, so it means the remaining account will be only 5,000. So I will create a transaction. I will create a I will create a receipt for 5,000. 5,000. Now you can see the 5,000. I will check the transaction. Okay, so this transaction with the 10,000 is fully closed. Okay, with the 5,000 is receipt amount and 5,000 is the deposit amount. If you want to check the details, so go to action, installment, activity. So you can see the activity. Okay, the cash payment means, so this receipt is created with this number. Adjustment, line adjustment means there's something applied, which may be adjustment, deposit, or anything. Okay, you can go to detail, and you can see the details, right? So it means activity name is commitment. So the commitment comes when you create a deposit and when you apply the deposit. Okay, so this is the overall concept of deposit, and I hope now you will get the idea how the deposit is created and how it's applied on the transaction and what is the use of deposit. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and please leave the comments if you have any query related this topic, and please don't forget to subscribe and like my channel to get updated video. Okay, thank you.